Okay.
Got it.
So what are your thoughts on a girl withholding sex from her man? We can start
here.
Yeah, here.
Why would she not want to have sex with her guy? I don't understand that.
It's actually very common in married couples.
Really?
Yeah, very, very common.
I need it every day. Sorry.
Hey, you a little freak, nigga.
No, yeah, I'm a sex addict.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Shout out to Asian women.
All right. So what? So do you think? Go back to the question again.
Oh, it's not. That's not it. No, it's right here.
Yeah. Okay. What are your thoughts on women? Okay, withholding sex to their boyfriend's husband. So what are your general thoughts on it? I guess you just said why you don't know why women would do that.
I just don't get it. Like, why would you? Yeah, I don't understand that.
Okay. What about you?
Same. Like, that's not okay for me. It's not okay.
Okay.
Something is going on.
Okay.
I really need to speak on this because there's a reason why
Go
she's
ahead.
probably not wanting to sleep with him. She's probably annoyed. He probably did something. We're real emotional creatures.
Yeah.
So if he's really not doing what he's supposed to do in the house, you're going to be annoyed. You're not going to want to sleep with that person. You're going to be walking around kind of like pissed off, and then he's going to try to sleep like it. We're just really emotional creatures. So I'm thinking that he's probably doing something to make her turned completely off.
Right.
So we need to figure out what's going on, like get to the crux of the situation, because I don't think she's just withholding. She's probably annoyed, and he's probably not doing what he's supposed to do at home. So
That's a
Do you
good take.
think? A question for you. Do you think he's not doing what he's supposed to do at home, or should he not be worrying about home and should be focusing on being the breadwinner?
that's a good question. It depends on what their dynamic is, because it could be that maybe they're going 50-50, or, it just depends on what it is. But if he's not doing something, because honestly, as a woman, I do want to please my man. But if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, I'm annoyed and I don't want to suck dick.
Tell us specifically what it is that he should be doing in your opinion.
He's probably not taking care of whatever our agreement was. So if it was that he needs to pay the bills, he's probably not taking care of home, or he's probably, whatever it is, he's not living up to my expectations, and I'm turned off by that because we are emotional. So he's just not doing what he's supposed to do, and I'm not turned on by that.
Okay. What about you? What are your thoughts on women withholding sex from their partners?
I think like it only matters when you're married. Like you can withhold it when you're like dating, but I think when you're married, like you kind of have to. Like if you're not gonna give it to him, somebody else will. And like that's like the recipe for getting cheated on. And like that sounds terrible, but like when you get married, that's kind of like a commitment. I'm sorry, you can't be close without having sex. I don't care about like boyfriends, but like being married.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of women withhold sex once they get married from their husbands all the time.
They
A lot of
just need
separate
some
marriages.
like hormone drugs or something. Maybe they just have like low sex drive. I don't know.
Or he's annoying.
Yeah, or he's annoying, but like divorce him.
Well, it's got to be communication. You have to communicate that with him. If he's doing something wrong and you're not telling him, and then you're just withholding sex.
It don't make sense.
Yeah, like you said, he would do something wrong, but he's just said like the guy for like 2 years, like people who don't have sex for 2 years in a married couple, is he really messing up every day for 2 years?
Yeah,
Like,
that doesn't make any sense.
There's not one moment where you look at him and you're like okay, like you know what, like I'll suck it up for a second.
Okay. What about you? What are your thoughts on it?
The ladies kind of phrased what I was gonna say. I think it's ridiculous if a woman withholds sex. Again, I agree with the emotional. Women are emotional creatures. That's just how it is. But the communication has to be there. You can't walk around, acting and being all emotional, because then at what point does it become your fault? Where it's like, okay, if you're not communicating, if he's not upholding his role in the household, whatever the case may be, you need to communicate with him, because if not, he's going to keep doing what he's doing, and then it's going to end up in a whole situation. And it's like, okay, women need to understand that there is a fine line where, okay, you can blame him for a little bit, but at the end of the day, where's the accountability on your end?
Okay. What about you? What are your thoughts on women
Yeah,
withholding sex
same,
from their
because
partners?
he can act bad, but if you punish him for a long time, then you're just going to damage your relationship, and it will hurt yourself, because he's going to cheat or do whatever, or watch porn, or, whatever it is, because you cannot punish him. If you want him to do something, just talk to him, and if he doesn't listen, then divorce, and that's it. Don't punish him for 1 year or 2 or whatever it is.
Okay.
What about you?
It's blasphemy.
Oh, that's strong words.
Spell.
What'd you say, Chris?
Spell blasphemy.
Chris, not today, please.
All right, make it
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you.
What about you, Ms. Russia? What do you think?
Like it's taken from the bigger picture. I need. If she's doing this just to punish, and he knows that she's doing it like to punish him on purpose, or she's not doing it because she just doesn't feel like it and she just doesn't want it. like the girl said, that she's just so annoyed and so upset about something that she just doesn't want it, like she's turned off, or she's doing it on purpose, like, you did this, so I'm not gonna have sex with you. So it's like a little different. Like we need to know the actual, like the whole
reason.
Yeah, but there's a multitude of reasons why girls might try to withhold sex.
No, but if you genuinely don't feel like it, and like you're trying to say it in a
But that might be in one
way,
instance. But a lot of the times it's like for a prolonged
It
period
was
of time.
2 years basically for this guy.
So literally, they didn't have sex for 2 years.
I think
That's
twice in
what-
2 years,
Twice
something like
maybe.
that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's not okay
But that's
at all.
both of their fault. Like, how you go so long without
Yeah, but how
having
they
sex
didn't
and not
talk about
communicating
it.
after?
No, she didn't want to do it. It was her. She didn't want to do it.
That she can't get mad when her
She
husband
was
cheats
getting
on
deep
her.
with
Why did
someone
we leave her?
else.
So
I would have left her.
I'll give you guys my take on this, and then we can open it up for discussion. Little maybe might offend some of y'all, but I genuinely believe a woman is useless to you if she's not giving you sexual access. Like I genuinely believe that females' primary commodity that they bring to a relationship is their sexuality. If you don't bring that, you're effectively useless. Which is why I tell guys, don't sit there and allow yourself to be friend zoned, because if you're friend zoned by a woman, you're simply not going to get her best. What I've noticed with females is that girls can't serve two masters. They can only serve one. And for them to serve that master to the highest degree and give their best, they must be infatuated with that man, and a part of them being infatuated with that man is giving him sexual access.
Amen.
So that's my take on it. Some people get offended, like, oh, you're just looking at us as sexual objects, but that's kind of what it is. I look at women as like, women are sex objects and men are success objects. That's just what it is. You know, that's why the makeup industry exists. That's why plastic surgery exists. Women understand that leading with their sexuality.
How do you know her boobs are fake?
I
mean,
thought they're not though.
They look good.
yeah, I mean, no, they do. But I'm just saying, like, not to pick on you or whatever. We've had a lot of models on. We've been around a lot of women, so we know. But what I'm trying to say is that in general, we have an entire industry, multi-billion-dollar industry that exists to amplify female beauty for the sole purposes of attracting men, and those men are interested in sexual access. Everything else comes after the fact. Your personality, you being nice, cooking and cleaning, all this other crap, that comes after you meet the first requirement of being attractive enough for him to be sexually interested in you. So that's what I look at it. If a girl isn't giving you sex, she's useless to you.
And for the fact that their goal is to have
Misogyny.
babies, right?
Oh yeah, all humans? Yes.
Yeah, like sounds
Yes.
primitive, but the goal is like to just procreate.
And they're in a marriage.
Men too.
So
But this is what I've noticed, and I'd be happy to turn it to any of you guys. So when there's a relationship where like there's a guy being friend zoned by a woman, the woman is still able to extract value from that man, right? In your situation, perfect example. That guy will still try to maybe get your interest up. In the process of him trying to get your interest up, what does he do? He spends money on you, takes you on dates, give you boyfriend energy, he'll listen to your problems. You're basically getting all the benefits without giving up the vagina.
That's
true.
Without getting your body count up. So it's a win-win for women. Like if I was a girl, I'd have dudes in the friend zone too. Oh, you want to pay my bill here? You want to take me to lunch here? Blah, blah,
It
blah.
happens.
I get it.
Yeah.
But men are too stupid a lot of times to understand that if a woman isn't giving you sexual access, you need to cut that off because you're not getting her best. So girls almost always...
But it's not even good. You
Hold
just
on,
don't
one more
have a
hold on,
relationship.
Hold on. What I've
At all.
realized is girls almost always significantly benefit more than men do when we're in these friend situations. You had something?
Yeah, you said just you're not having the best from a woman if she's not having sex with you.
Yes.
But I think you just not have a relationship at all then.
Okay.
It's just, it doesn't exist. Like if you don't sleep with him for 2 years, you're not having a relationship anymore. That's it.
Yeah.
So you agree?
he's just your neighbor, or like, I don't know who he is, like your roomie.
It's a roommate, yeah. It's a
but you
roommate.
don't have a relationship. That's it.
We agree.
Yeah, she agrees.
Well, unless it's communicated like beforehand, like I'm saving myself until marriage or whatever. I feel like
Yeah,
you
but
can
they
still have a
married.
relationship. I feel like marriage is when like, yeah, like if we're getting married, like that's the whole purpose we're getting married is like.
I mean,
have
if,
sex with
if,
only each
if the
other.
girl's a virgin, then we can make a case there. But if she's had sex before,
But I feel like you can change your
I need
mind.
to
Like I
test-
feel like you can say like,
I need to
okay.
test drive the car before I buy it.
Well, no, I feel like some people can like. I feel
That's
like
a good
some,
one. I agree.
Real.
like some people can like feel convicted. Like she said, like I'm a Christian too, and there's been times where I'm like, fuck, I need to stop having sex. Like I need to like save myself.
Well, you are
Bodies
not
on
a
bodies
Christian.
on
but there's no saving once you've already, like, once
But
you've
that's why
been.
he died on the cross for our sins. He forgives us. Like we can start over now.
Yeah, Jesus forgives, but I don't, bro.
I don't.
Like, there's a reason why the phrase, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife exists and has prevailed for so long. It's like, yeah, you can go ahead and say you're born again Christian and all this other stuff, but another controversial take. what I've realized a lot of the times when you meet a girl that maybe did sex work or comes from a promiscuous background or whatever, it's very difficult for her to change. Very, very difficult. Once you live your life a certain way, it's very difficult to go back, especially if you earned money doing that. So, I mean, are there girls that can change? Absolutely. But is it the norm? No. Probably less than 5% of girls that come from that world are able to actually really change and stay changed.
Yep.
It's about commitment. If you're actually like doing it for the reason of I'm saving myself, which is what we were talking about before. If a woman communicates with a man, I'm not giving it to you because of this reason.
But how would you feel if you paid full price for a used vehicle?
Ooh, vroom vroom.
No, sir.
Wait.
I mean, it's easy for you to say
I'm
that,
just
but
kinda
like,
confused.
but okay, like, because you're saying like, hey, well, you know, maybe they found God or whatever it may be, and they decided they want to save themselves. That's okay, cool.
If it's got great interior, great exterior. Hell yeah.
But why should you subject yourself to paying full price for an asset that's depreciating and has already been used?
High mileage.
See, it depends
Is that
on
fair
the
to you
person
as a
buying
buyer?
the car. Huh?
Is that fair to you as the buyer?
100K miles. 100K miles.
It depends on, like, if you have enough money, hell yeah, I'll buy a used car for fucking 100.
But if you have the same money to buy a brand new car, why would you buy a used one?
Right.
That won't break down.
True,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I feel like
true.
you can't really compare, like, women to cars.
Who's doing that? No one's doing that.
Yeah.
That
you.
sucks. Yeah,
That's
I
you.
might be doing that. Sorry.
Well, the reason why I know it's a very, I guess, dehumanizing way to look at it or whatever, but the reason why I use that analogy a lot is because, unfortunately, that's how men tend to view women a lot of the times, right? Men typically tend to look at things that are different in women, right? We tend to look at youth, beauty, fertility, her past, etc. All these things are what makes us attracted to a woman. So it's very similar to a vehicle, right? So that's the analogy I use. So like that, men typically date on a woman's past performance versus a woman dates a man on his potential future.
Okay, but like also, I had a brain tumor like 2 years ago, and people have been like, people look at genetics when they marry people. So like, are people gonna look at my health history and be like, I don't want to procreate with you?
If you're hot enough as a female, you will be able to easily circumvent that.
That don't matter.
You think that's different, like genetics versus like? I just feel like if you're gonna look at one
attractive
thing, you
enough,
have to look at all of the aspects.
If you're attractive enough, you will absolutely be able to procreate regardless of whatever mental debilities you have. I mean, as a matter of fact, you know how many hot girls that are fucking crazy and don't deserve a guy, but they still get him anyway?
For example.
But they're still able.
The bad.
Amber Heard.